Okay, let's take a look at Market Rebellion with John Najarian's 3 at 3 today. He had three really interesting ones from my perspective. And, you know, what we have is a company called Upstart Holdings. I made a bullish call. And again, these are not my recommendations. These are not John Najarian's recommendations. These are just unusual activity uh, and options trades. The stock was going for 1707 when John put this together, I'm guessing, and then 18,000 shares of the February calls were bought for between a dollar and a dollar 27, and they do have their earnings coming out today after the close, which is one of the reasons actually I personally didn't get involved with it other than putting it in the trading account. I was able to get the stock for a dollar 21, which is in that range of a dollar to a dollar 27 that Upstart Holdings, whoever bought those options, purchased them for. Um, and so that one again, I wouldn't take it. I'm looking at their chart. I kind of put a thing. It's been in a range for quite a while, unless somebody has some insider information about what's going to be released at today after the bell. Um, I didn't see anything there that was made me compelling. They're in a downtrend still. Um, it's been trading in this range since back in September. So, and the last two earnings calls didn't go well for them. So that's what these red mean. Last one was they lost 24 cents and they were under in their revenue. So there's nothing that I would have said, yeah, that's something I would go for. The next one that he had, and again, I wish they put the summaries in here again, is new Neutronix, and this again is another cloud company, just like Upstart Holdings, uh, and it's a bullish call. You can see the April 3250 calls were bought for about $1.45, and then 5,000 April 35 calls were sold, and for 79 cents, and so you know I went out and purchased them on here, and I got it pretty close to the same prices. It was $1.45 for the calls that I bought at 32.50, and 80 cents for the ones that calls that were sold at 35, as opposed to 79 cents. So one was right on, one was a penny higher. And let's just look at these. I did a little bit of look. I mean, it's in an uptrend here. This is the 200 day, um, and it seems to be coming to a head here. I mean, you may not love my lines, but here's kind of what I have, or at least we have this uptrend here. But looks like it's on the verge of doing something. So I'll probably consider this one tomorrow. Now, this is an April uh, call, and in between time, you will get, as you can see here, it's 20 days till the earnings are announced, which would be before expiration. Now, maybe it makes its move before expiration. That could be. So that's just something to be aware of that I'm aware of, which usually will make me uh, take the position down uh, in size when there's earnings per share coming up. unless I've already, it's already made some huge run up and I've already basically profited from it and I'm playing with house money. So that's Nutanix. And then the last one, was Google. And let's go to and I already have a trade on with Google from a previous not recommendation, looking at one of these on Google. It's not up yet. You'll see here in just a second, but the Google is trading for 92.37, 10,000 March 105 calls. So there's a little bit of time, about a month on these calls. Bought for 60 to 84 cents. And then the 114 calls were sold. Now, John does often say in here that the way he does this, and again, not a recommendation by him or me, but is what he'll do is buy closer to the money. Now, he didn't say where he would put these calls, so I went ahead and went with what we have here on the 105, 114 calls. But I usually do buy closer to the money anyway when I'm doing calls, buying calls or verticals. So that's that, and let's just kind of take a look what we bought it for. Google, you can see the previous one. This is the one in March that was just released. We bought the 105s for 81 cents and sold the 114s for 105. So, or excuse me, 81 cents and 23 cents we bought or sold the calls for. So that was in the range of the 60, 84 cents that whoever bought whatever the number was, thousands of calls, and the 114 was 23 cents, was between 21 and 17. So we paid we got a little bit more out of that, selling that particular call. So that is the 3 for today. And what am I inclined to do? Well, let's take a look here at the Google chart too. I'm already in a trade there. This would be just a different calendar. And again, I think of Google as a company that, they're sitting on a pile of cash, so they can get into anything if they're going to do a lot in AI. Then that may be another revenue stream for them. But they're kind of like Microsoft. From my perspective, they can do a lot of different things and make money with the amount of capital they have. It's like after hours, they're down. I see 0.3%. But I'll take a look at it again in the morning. I am inclined to do the Nutanix trade. Looks interesting to me. The fact that, again, their earnings per share is in 20 days and before the March expiration dates for those options, something will probably, again, shave down the amount that I would purchase. Now, just kind of going back through, remember in here, I was able to straighten out the IWM, maybe a little bit off, but it's not that much off. It's actually been a very good trade. I did some of the initial ones that they did at 3 on the IWM puts, and all those turned out to be winners. Was as a portfolio, since I started this, it's down 81.50. We'll just see how it plays. I haven't closed anything yet. Hasn't come close to really that. I'm just kind of going through. I looked at it earlier today. Don't really see anything that's close to either getting to the 50% of the premium that I paid, or looks like something that I need to get out of because maybe the charts have changed, or something, some news or whatever it might be. But so far, um, I don't see any reason to close any of the trades that are open. So those are the three for today. Um, and I'm doing this because I'm just curious to see how some of these trades go. Um, you know, different people would probably get out at different times. I am hard and fast on the 50% of the premium. If I hit it, that I get out. Only really because, at least in these paper trades, because that's what John mentioned at the beginning, is kind of the way he goes about it. So there we go. We'll see what happens over the next week or so. There'll be more tomorrow, and I'm doing this again because there's always a better way.